There's a couple of races you put on the calendar at the very start of the year, and this and Cape to Cape are definitely two of them.
The idea of an iconic race in our area, it's just terrific. I love it. It's great that such a good organisation's been put together, and certainly put mountain biking up in front of the public as well.
Like not only mountain biking trails, but our coastline, wonderful beaches, wonderful vineyards, wonderful national parks, 200 kilometres, 4 days, 4 national parks, 2 state forests. Like just the scenery you'll see is fabulous and fantastic.
It's so pretty. I often come up here for holidays with my family, and it's nice to come and race here as well. There's a good vibe. There's lots of people here. I'm really surprised at how many people they can rally up, and they just get more and more every year. It's good.
Good field here, and definitely bigger numbers than last year, that's for sure. So it should be a good event for everyone. It's got good diversity as far as all the different stages. Today's pretty sandy. Then you got some of a wobber, you've got Glenrock, maybe the beach towards the end as well.
It's one of the biggest races of the year. There's always a really strong, deep, elite field, and so, you always get a sense of where your form is and how you're tracking, so it's a really important race for everyone.
It's pretty cool. Just so many people out there saying, come on, mate, give it a go. Get up that hill, you're all really egging each other on. It's great fun.
I think it's just because everyone's having a good time and talking a bit, have a bit of a laugh at each other. Such a beautiful place. There's no excuse not to be. You shouldn't be at work.
We've been really lucky, I think, with the weather forecast for all 4 stages. It's looking great, and we turned up this morning. It's just beautiful at Port Stephen. So I don't think I've ever been here, and it's not one of the most picturesque places you come to. It's right on the coast and absolutely beautiful. So great place to wake up this morning and start the race for 2017.
Absolutely wonderful. The sun's out, great weather, not too cold. Really looking forward to the race. We brought the caravan up, and a few days out of school for the kids. They always want to do that, and going to different areas is also good for the kids to explore. Fabulous beaches and fishing, lots of things to do, walks through national parks, etc. And if you really like, get on your mountain bike and have a go.
Looking forward to it. I've only been planning for about a month, but Kay talked me into it. So, it's all Kay's fault that I'm here.
Actually, Leanne won this entry through Hammer on Facebook. Yeah. So how cool is that?
So thank you, guys.
Yeah, thanks for sending Leanne here with me, because I was coming on my own from Perth.
We're really excited, actually. We just came here, we're from the Philippines, by the way. We just came here 2 days ago for this race. There's like 6 of us, actually. I'm looking forward to the race. It's going to be fun.
Yeah, no, we're looking the part. We're from Bathurst. We've travelled here. We're looking forward to the next 4 days. Oh, look, I'd probably rate myself the fastest. No, we got our veteran over here. He'd be the fastest. I like to play the sweeper, just make sure they're all okay.
Come over from WA for it. So I did the Cape to Cape last year. Was really happy with the Cape to Cape, loved it, and thought I'd come across and try this one. Keen to have a look, and when I read about the rabbit hole downhill, I'm keen to try that too.
It's a really good chance to catch up with some friends. We've got Piers from Perth, got a mate coming up from Albury. He's turned up this morning, so good chance to catch up and have a bit of fun.
So he's over from Thailand.
Yep.
He's from Tathra, Canberra and Sydney and Canberra.
To have a 4-day event where you can all come together and train and get ready for a 4-day event is fantastic.
Just come for my mates, I guess, and a couple of cool beers and the trail, of course. We hear good things of it, so we look forward to it.
I got my support crew this time, my wife and my sister, which is great. Last time I didn't. First time Newcastle, so I rode around Newcastle yesterday and did a bit of a ride along, and that was just amazing, looking down the ocean. And so I was taking heaps of photos and stuff. Got to remember, it's all about fun, not take it too seriously, And that's what I love about mingling with the top riders here. Like, I just went up and shook Mark Topolsky's hand, and he was just like, "Have fun, mate," So it's a really good vibe amongst the top riders.
There's a lot of girls out there lining up that can win it this year, which makes it really, really exciting. I think we're all going to be out there with the win in mind. So when the neutral ends today, I think it's going to be on. It's going to be on for all 4 days.
It's my favourite event. I've done this every time. Enjoyed them all. Last year was a very quality field, but maybe only 6 or 5 guys that could have won it. This year, at least 10 to 12 guys could be top 5 easily. So I reckon it'll be close at the top end and awesome racing, and then footage for the doco later on.
Port to port, we've seen generally the best rider with the best support team win over the last couple of years. And I think that also makes it wide open. Like, I still believe Brendan Johnston is the favourite, and then from there it's a great field. Like, you've got Tristan Ward, who's carryover champion, is be keen to come back here and ride well, knows the course super well, and also Mark Topelski's took 12, 18 months off and came back with a vengeance at a national champs, and he's previous winner as well, so I can't think that he's not also going to be right up there. And right now he presents the biggest challenge, I think, to Trekkie winning it. It's wide open in the women. It's what makes probably Port to Port and Cape to Cape unique, is that you've got a stage race with mixed guys and girls in there, and the girls that can get on a guy's wheel up near the front can get a great advantage. So I reckon that's going to be part of the strategy that we'll see in the girls race today, is who can get up there. There's going to be lots of jockeying for position with the guys, but it's going to be what happens with the girls that could determine the whole event, so it'll be worth watching, I think.
Today will be pretty hard and fast, which it certainly was. I thought the best option was to hit it on the first climb and kind of not look back, because it's a pretty short stage, but if you're riding well, then you can make a good impact. But I was wary of Topolsky, and there'll be a big group of guys behind me chasing, and it was pretty windy, so that was, I guess, what was against me on my own. I managed to hold them off just in the end. I haven't actually overled either of the events before, so I'm pretty excited about that. See how the next 3 days go. It should be tough.
Trekkies always goes out really hard. We had obviously a pretty big team here this weekend, and originally planned to make it hard for Trekkie, but he's threw a stick in the spokes of that plan, and then we were just trying to keep him in sight.
They're back up third again, 2 years in a row. I'm super happy. Kind of like pushing into a headwind for big parts of the race, and the lead's not changing because of who's stronger. It's at the accidental line that you take, someone will get bogged in sand, the next guy accelerates through, and it's pretty tough. It's hard to work together in a lot of parts because of those conditions. So Brendan took his advantage to go out in front. I mean, he's seriously strong to hold off what was 7 riders at one stage. We were just happy to have him inside at times. Good to stay close, and it's 3 days to go.
Yeah, that was really fun. I don't know, it feels like you're going uphill everywhere because you're just sinking into the sand and following wheels. Everyone's kind of kicking 90 degrees every now and then. So, yeah, it's a bit of an effort, but wicked fun.
Trekkie went from the gun, and I did everything to stay with him, but he just rode me off his wheel. I went into the red a lot and actually dropped back to the chase group, and then got dropped from the chase group, and then along with Benny Metcalf and Stefan Merriam, we chased back to, I think, the third group on the road. My teammate rode very well and got a good result, so hopefully can help him out.
It's always tough around here, really short pinches and difficult, but it's home ground, so I know every hill, every rock, every piece of sand around here. It's huge having 700 riders come around here when normally there's only a dozen or so riders in the whole area.
Like I said at the start, it's going to hurt a lot, and it is. It's the shorter a stage, the harder it is. But it was a lot of fun, and last year this was first Port, and I was pretty new to mountain biking, and I learned a lot from last year and be able to put it out there today, and yeah, I really enjoyed it. Jessica was off in front. I got caught behind some guys in the sand on the climb, had to get off and run, and I really thought the race was over, but kind of relaxed and went, okay, just got to ride a tempo, and slowly clawed my way back, and then got away on the last lot of climbs and just really put the power down.
I was really surprised. The girls were riding really well and rode away from me a few times there. I really had a hard time with the sand today, and they're both really strong girls. I was just lucky to be able to hang in there with them.
That was bloody hard work. I think I burnt a few too many matches today. We'll have to see how tomorrow turns out. But it was good. Proud to come third.
This is my first ever stage race. I think I had a really good race. I could pretty much see Imogen and Bryony the whole way, but unfortunately I had a bit of a crash in one of the sandy sections and they just went off into the distance, but still happy, left everything out there.
I want to give a shout out to my coach. He fucking made me much better. This time I feel really good. Good thing was like I climbed very good, but then I really good descender. So I coming down the hill and I don't have time to put my clip on. I could be passing people with no feet in my legs, and it was awesome.
Listen, mate, it was great. Great fun. Just lots of camaraderie out there. Real hard work, but it was great. Beautiful surroundings.
Towards the end there, you could see the bay and come in by the ocean, and a couple of tough hills, but yeah, day one done.
Yeah, no brakes. One very slow 1 kilometre an hour fall, 3 wheel spin outs in that loamy stuff, and then falling over with your pedals still stuck in. So, but that's good. Nice soft fall.
It was very sandy, which is good and bad, because it's the experienced riders can make the most of that. But yeah, it's a good ride. Fantastic place. So I'm the race director for Spartan Race. Spartan Race is an obstacle course running race. Mountain biking and obstacle course racing, it's like road riding and running. Obstacle course racing is running with obstacles. Mountain biking is riding with obstacles. So, they're very similar, and I think the mindset of the riders here today are very similar to the Spartan races. It's about building a community, and these guys just hanging around at the start and chatting with people. Everyone's here for a good time. Yeah, the serious guys are up the front. It's the same with our race. You let them go, and then everyone's there to have fun and help each other get along. It's really good.
This is unreal, isn't it? Really good, really good. Nice view. Got here in dark time, so watch the sun come up. This is my first day riding today, so yeah, I marshalled yesterday, help them out and ride today and marshal tomorrow and do day 4 as well.
We're pretty lucky to be here. Makes getting up early in the morning much better. It's a really nice way to see different parts of the country. I've never really been to the Hunter region before, and I don't know if I would come if there wasn't a race here, so I do find that mountain biking takes me to beautiful places, and this is obviously a spectacular example.
Before we were down the bottom and you could see the balloons taking off. Yeah, it's a beautiful area. I'm looking forward to getting to the top of the hill and having a lovely look across the valley. It's been nice, yeah.
There's going to be a good several hundred Instagram photos with the outlook just out that way and the hot air balloons this morning, because I'm pretty sure there's just a row of people with their phones out.
The balloons just make it, hey? It's pretty rare to have such a scenic spot to start, and the views are amazing. And look, it's been pretty chilly, but it's slowly getting warmer, so I think it's going to be a really good start today. I was injured about 11 weeks ago, and I got told I'd probably never race a bike again, so I'm pretty happy to be here. I can walk about 100 metres without help of a crutch, but I can ride for probably 3 hours without getting too much pain. So I went pretty hard yesterday, so today I'm just going to take it easy just to make it through.
A little bit of a roll out through some private property, and then they'll get to the climb part, and there's 14k of climbing pretty much ahead of them until they get to the top of the Colbins and start to weave their way through some single track and down toward the rabbit hole. And established itself as probably the most iconic trail we use for the Port to Port. It really is an amazing piece of trail, and it plummets and plummets and plummets. Yeah, I think stage 1 kind of went as expected, that we thought the guys racing up the top would be flat chat, and it was. Trekkies had a great start and no mechanicals, so that was his dream stage 1. Em raced terrific stage 1, but the other girls around her are all really even as we expected, so there's no time difference, I don't think, in the girls. It's going to be safe. Exciting stage 2 coming up.
I'm pretty excited to get today started. It's going to be a pretty tough race because I know a few of the girls can really climb, so it's going to be a good one.
Pretty special, and what a beautiful place to, start a race and race through. So I'm looking forward to the scenery today as well as the battle. Yeah, very happy. It was pretty tough out there today, as it always is. But yeah, the guys were strong and maybe worked for it right to the end. So they got a gap on the first longer climb, and then had a bit of a stick in my chain on the rabbit hole descent, which was pretty unfortunate. It meant I lost that gap pretty quickly, but it wasn't too bad because the middle section's quite fast on the road, so it was okay to have a group to roll with there, and we're sort of working together for a bit until the last 5 or 6K where it sort of went up again and then it split to pieces.
We tried to make him work hard a little bit towards the end, but he's just too strong. We couldn't do a whole lot. But we had a really good ride.
It's all about Ryan. He's the man on GC, and Trekkie's just so fast. And, we do our best to stick it to him, and he just rips our legs off. But awesome day, awesome track, beautiful weather. You just can't beat this race. It's got the best of everything.
It was really cool. Yeah, he attacked early and got away on the first climb. Tried to bridge back to him a little bit. I managed to actually, I was on the front, then dropped, got back to these guys, then managed to start to bridge back to Trekkie on the first climb. And then down the rabbit hole, I used the advantage of having a dropper post and cut a bit loose and caught up to Trekkie. And then by the time we got through the feed zone, though, these guys are a bit too strong in the flat, so they pulled us back. Tristan did a lot of work for Ryan and totally split us up coming into the last climb.
Looked around at the bottom of it and thought, we've got enough of a gap on Mark. And then Tristan's like, go, go, go.
Look back and Mark's putting in big ones. Ooh, oh no. But yeah, that's such an awesome finish. You come down that tar descent, maxed out along the bottom, so you'd be nearly 70k and just hooking.
I don't know if it was the biggest effort on myself. Tristan was the one on the front of the bunch destroying everything, and he started to surge a bit. And as soon as he started to do that, I was like, nah, I just got to ride my own tempo here. So I just tried to hold super steady all through that. I could have sat down and changed gears, but it would have hurt as much as getting over it. So I might as well just get up there quickly, and nearly got them, but just a bit too gassed at the top.
Some days you don't have luck, and stage 2 at Port to Port, that's my unlucky day as a traditional 3 years in a row, flat tire down the rabbit hole kind of trick. I was just sort of hoping to settle in with the other guys I was with, Jaden Ward, and next thing you know, I hear the tyre slowly going down, and it's just like a shake of the head. Well, what are you going to do now? The other funny thing that happened out there, I was in the tuck down the rabbit hole, ducking under a branch, as we hit a sort of a lump, and because I was ducking down, I didn't see it happen. My nose smashed the screen on the Garmin. I was thinking, I wonder if I just broke my nose, as the eyes are watering. We're doing 70 kilometres. A broken Garmin screen, nose doesn't seem too bad. and we'll go again tomorrow.
50K is relatively one of the larger stages with a 50 and a 60 in there. So, 50 works a lot better for me. I haven't done any explosive or fairly high intensity training, so this is absolutely destroying me from a cardiovascular point of view. But with today, I probably averaged over 175 beats a minute, where normally in a 24 you wouldn't go anywhere near 175. So it's just a completely different type of racing. But saying that, it's still mountain biking and it's still fun.
Bit of a mechanical after the rabbit hole down there along the road, and then started hearing the jumping of the chain on the rear cassette and thinking what's going on, and stopped and had a look, and it's sort of completely broken. Tried to fix it up with some sticks and rocks, and eventually had to wire it up. Got stuck in granny gear, so I lost heaps of time coming back. Yeah, done the job. Got me home.
It was a really fun day today. I always enjoy a really long climb, so I thought today could be my day. But I came out onto the road and had a little bit of support for a K or two, and then found myself alone. I think I conceded quite a bit of time in the last 10 Ks, but I'm really happy to take the win today. I thought that I was riding alone for the finish there, and I turned around on that climb and saw Em really close on my wheel. So I had to click it up a gear and just try and put in and get over before her, because I wouldn't want to chase her in a sprint. So it was a really tough climb at the end.
It was pretty hard out there, and Catherine, as I knew, would go on the climb early, and I just needed to ride my own race and hopefully come back together. I knew the road section, the single track and the downhill will suit me really well, and that's where I really pushed and worked hard, and I think I lost maybe 10 seconds, but still in the pink, so I'm pretty happy with that. She made me work really hard, so hats off to her, and awesome race.
Yeah, it hurts. There's not a lot of parts out there where you can really relax. Like even coming down the rabbit hole, which is technically a nice descent, you're still pedaling down it, and you still got to really keep your wits about you. It's really nice to have the crowd out there on the finish, and also the school. Somewhere along the road there was a whole school of kids that had all come out, so all these like 7 to 12-year-olds standing on the side of the road cheering you on and chasing you down the road, and that was awesome. That was probably the best bit of today.
I love the climbing, absolutely love it. And normally I love the technical stuff, but today my shoulder's just not strong enough to hold me. It was very frustrating. But once that was over and we're back out on the country roads, I sort of picked up a bit. That's another advantage of just me, like being able to sit back a bit and just enjoy it. Like especially when you come out of the rabbit hole, there's beautiful autumn colours and, rolling countryside, and it's gorgeous. It's really nice.
Going down that rabbit hole, unbelievable. Just grin from ear to ear the whole way down. This is unbelievable. What a place to start, what a place to finish.
The rabbit hole was insanely fast and fun. I was just yahooing the whole way down.
I love it. That was my favorite part. I mean, that was when I was like, I rode my bike again. It was a great time, and I'm glad to see Marty over here. We rode Cape to Cape, so it's nice to see you back, and it's like a friend reunion over here.
Australia's a small country.
Happy birthday, dear Sudsy. Happy birthday to you.
Yeah, it was a good day with friends from Tassie.
I've just seen Karen Evans.
Yeah, enjoyed the event. Get on the wine, I think. Wine and pizza tonight.
I was actually struggling big time. I hadn't passed anyone for about 15 Ks, and a camera car's come up next to me, and I was just sort of having a bit of a chat. Just sort of forgot about the pain I was in and just started gaining on the people in front, so I get a bit of a boost and pass a few people again.
That's all about just doing it with your mates, going out and having fun, doing training. It's just about finishing together. That's what's in it for me anyhow.
So it's a great place for families to come. I think that's important, that it's nice venues and you can bring the children, and very happy.
When there was an opportunity to run a school excursion in the Port, it's pretty hard to say no. We've got 4 juniors. We've also got another 3 guys that are right at the end of the race, just doing a bit of a sweep through, doing a bit of clean up and pulling down signs.
We had the opportunity to bring the kids along and integrate it into our school culture through community service days. So we've got 20 students today raking Hunter Mountain Bike Park, ready for tomorrow.
A lot different than I thought. The start's very different.
Good time to start, and I'm sure I'll continue on. Not many kids could say they have a 7-time world champion as their teacher.
Awesome day. I love those long climbs, and Liam wasn't that far behind. And then going into some single track that was a bit bit hectic through there. For the rest of it, it was just fantastic. The rabbit hole was awesome. Just such a great day today. And then last hill, that was just criminal.
Somebody with a sense of humour put that last hill in there, or somebody who thought they had a sense of humour. Today we're just looking for some sparkling wine, aren't we? That's all we're doing it for. So
there's a wine pack for the start and the finish, so we might grab a pack.
And I'm looking forward just to having fun. This is going to be a blast today, so yeah, see what happens.
I've got a few people over there watching me, so yeah, should be good.
First year of a port-to-port stage race, so I've never done anything like this before. The rock garden's pretty gnarly too, so I'm looking forward to getting through that one. It's going to be flat out the whole way, so no time to rest up.
I'm good at these sorts of efforts, but it can be seconds, so give it a crack. I think there's a bit of coin and some time up for grabs, so everyone's going to go maximal effort for sure.
So 3:52, she's going to be so close. Enviano's done it. 0.23 of a second. Jay Vine, you better get in that seat quick because you're not going to be there long. Oh, you're going well, man. So our last riders on Hammer, look at Tristan Ward. The 3:10, unbelievable. Totally hard enough to do it.
Tricky, the moustache, the glory, the fury, here he comes. Oh, Tristan Ward takes the $500.
Best thing about mountain biking is the opportunity to go places off-road and into the bush, cover areas that you may not see if you're just out riding your bike on roads. Port to Port's a 4-day event, but the Weekend Warrior provides a great chance to come up and ride 1 or 2 days and get a bit of a taster for it and perhaps come back for the full 4 days next year. Everyone's having a good time. It's a great event, great weekend.
Day 3, so yeah, I hope my legs hold out. This is my first multi-day event. It's been pretty good, but yeah, it's quite different. Nutrition's really important, and today looks like it's going to be tougher than yesterday, which was a solid ride.
Obviously, the Westpac Rescue Helicopter guys do a fantastic job for the event, crucial for our event. They've produced these socks, these pretty cool socks. So they were today's Sock Saturday, so we're hoping that everybody will purchase a pair of socks. Money goes straight to Westpac Rescue Helicopter. They look pretty cool as well, so hopefully as many riders as we can will be wearing them today.
Yeah, mate, just thought I'd support the Westpac Helicopter charity and get some socks. Hey, very snazzy.
Today is the longest day, but we also have a heck of a lot of single tracks, so really looking forward to that. I can get a bit of a gap in that single track at first and get him on the back foot already, heading straight into that steeper climb.
Mount Fork Road's going to sort the men out from the boys. Mountain bike park to begin with is phenomenal. The work the guys have done in there on the tracks is just amazing.
It's special for our club. It's one of the big events for the year, and that it's sort of everyone gets to see a wobber, our track that we built. We've been building since 2007.
Track's all set. We did some work early in the week to trim up a few little areas. Some of the other guys from the club were out there this morning doing a lap to make sure it's all bunted out nicely, and new bridges in, a new tunnel in this year.
Yeah, we've got a chilly start. We'll warm up on the road out of Coorambong and head out toward Awabba, one of the best mountain bike parks, I think, in Australia. So they're going to be in for a treat straight up. I think once they've enjoyed that, they're going into the Hurt Locker, because big 4K climb up Mount Fork into the top of the Watergans, and that's probably the most brutal climb that we've got. It'll be really interesting, I think, to watch the front of the race there. The guys and the girls, I think there's a chance for the others to make their moves. Expecting a really strategic race, cracking stage, 60k, incredible weather, and it's a really exciting stage ahead, I think.
Bye-bye.
Owned it.
Brendan Johnson narrowly over Tristan Ward.
Oh, it was super tough today. Probably easy in a sense because we regrouped after the single track and there was probably 10 of us, which was a good bit of respite for 20 minutes or so. But the climb after the single track, I didn't want to get away there because I knew there was quite a bit of bunch riding over the top. So I just, forced the issue with talk and sort of made them pace back to me so they'd have to work a bit harder and spend some energy there. Once we got to the top, it was quite picturesque up on the ridge. It was on again once we headed into some moto single track and some short climbs and lots of puddles and trees. And yeah, it was on for young and old, that's for sure.
Spent a lot of time following wheels. You end up very dirty when you do that. It was a bit tactical at the end. I tacked up to Trekkie. And of course, with my teammate a couple of seconds behind me, who's second on GC, I can't really work with Trekkie. And then the guy who I'm chasing on GC, 2-pack, was with my teammate. So my teammate's not going to work with him. So those two boys just had to work it out. We just sat on. 2-pack's one of my best mates. So we just want to race fair and hard and honest. And at the end of the day, that's what we're here for.
Somewhat to plan. These guys are just a bit too strong, hey? But that was wild out there. It was a good honest stage. Absolutely just letting loose in the single track, having a rad time. All those rutted, eroded fire trails on the way down are just so much fun. You just let loose, and we all came out onto the bitumen. Trekkie had about 30 metres on Tristan. I was about 30 metres behind him, and Ryan was about 30 metres behind me. I just couldn't quite get to Tristan, and we came over a little rise, and he just managed to bridge to Trekkie, and then that's when Ryan caught me as well. And Ryan's that's just team tactics. He's not going to do a turn and drag me back to his teammate, but he was nice enough that he said, "Oh, look, mate, you can have third on the stage." So he let me roll back in and come across the line in third. So he's a bit of a gentleman, that's for sure. So I think this event breeds that a little bit. It's just good, honest racing, and it's like you're riding with mates, and everyone treats each other pretty well, right, which is nice.
So it was pretty muddy out there, but it was good fun. That moto track stuff is that deep and absolutely unreal out there.
It was pretty tough again. Well done to Liam and Matt, the other guys. We were in a big group. Gee, over 40s are really smashing it. Some old dads out there having a punt round. Yeah, not too bad.
Here's our lead female. Catherine McInerney has come across 2 stage wins in a row.
Yeah, I'm really happy with how today went. I was worried. I wanted to get into the single track first, and she rode really well through there and put some time into me and came out onto the fire road climb, and she was just 30 seconds ahead, and so I just tried my best to catch her there and put some time into her on the climb. Yeah, it's the first time I've worn a leader's jersey, and it's really a big honour for me, so it'll be exciting to go into tomorrow.
I really love the single track, and I found the single track really easy. I just wanted to conserve because I knew Catherine can climb really well, and unfortunately I just didn't have the legs today, and she rode really strong and rode away on the climb, and I just ended up in no man's land in that flat section. Hard day for me, and that's bike racing, and congratulations to her.
Today's the hardest day, I reckon. It's bittersweet. The fire trails are so hard at the top, but then you get to come into the single track and it's awesome.
We're on the pace the whole time. There was, even on the descents, been with sort of other guys that are just big chain rings, lots of weight, powering down the descents. Jess and I, who spent all the day together, had to really hammer it down as well as up, so it was tough. Yeah, good you found that. I was wondering whose that was. Oh, you can use that.
There's something special when you're coming into some trails at an event like this and you can see the rake marks still because the local club are out preparing it. And the trails at the end seemed a little bit different than last year and a bit more settled in. So, yeah, I really enjoyed coming down that last descent. It was lots of fun.
We've put a lot of work into that track and we are proud of it. The moist in there and the temperature, it was packed down tight, it was fast, really flowy and fast and wasn't bottled up. Everyone got a good flow going through there and it was brilliant.
Well done, Imogen. I rode with Imogen quite a lot, which was really nice. We sort of edged each other along. That was really nice and spectacular though, you know. You see 62 Ks at the start and you go, wow, that's a long way, but when you're in it, you don't really care how far it is. You just go, 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 go. So
I was with him for ages and he just pulled away at the end and yeah. No, that's racing. I would have done it to him. No, it was a really nice day. Loved it. I was just amongst a really supportive bunch of guys and Sarah Tucknott as well, and it was just really positive. It was really nice.
Yeah, tough day. Day 3 always really struggling. Last year, Cape to Cape and this year, so I'm glad to get that one out of the way.
Place the calories. The trails were just fantastic. They're so flowy and like the climbs thinned everyone out, so you've got a good run through all the trails.
Great tracks, good mix of fire trail and single track. And it's good, everyone's up for a chat. Everyone says, you know, you're almost there, and volunteers have been really great as well, so can't fault it.
It's very different kind of track, so it's very funny. I'm very glad to come from New Caledonia. Here you have endurance and technique. You can mix the two, so it was good for me.
Love the climbs, but I'm a bit of a nutcase. This guy here, I've got a special friend here. This is Chris.
Hi guys.
He is the only single speeder out there. This guy's a legend, mate. You are dead set a nutcase, proper nutcase.
Yeah, maybe a bit silly as well, I think.
Nah, man.
What a classic day. That was absolutely amazing. I got into the single track somewhere near dead last. I couldn't keep up with the peloton as they were going down the tarmac. But once I got out of the single track, up the hill. This is my backyard. I love it here. I live about 300 metres down the road. It's just nice for all the people to come out and see what Currambong has to offer. It's a bit of a sleepy rural town. I like it that way. Some of the moto trails are a bit rough. I like it that way. A wobber, of course, is fantastic fun.
This is the best day out of the day 3. Awesome day. The National Park single track, it's just so smooth and flowy. But then the climb out of that single track, man, that was just the longest climb ever.
And there was a race on out there too, because we're racing. There's nobody between us on the GC in the women's category. So she started in front, then I got in front of her, and then she caught up with me at the end of the hills. And then I thought, let's go. So downhill, cranking it.
Like a woman possessed.
To Brendan Johnson, what an absolute legend this guy is. He's given Neely's $50 gift voucher that he just won to the Hook restaurant tonight.
I'm speechless. Look, I just want to give it a good hard crack, and yeah, I cracked it.
I love coming to these races. They carry more prestige than any event in the country, but at the same time, time's always good, and everyone's having a crack as hard as they can, whether they're at the front or down the back, and the organisers appreciate that as well. So they include everyone in the film and all the prizes and everything. So I think it's a special event, and I hope it keeps going forever.
We're the official support mechanics for the Port to Port this year. Very local to the Wobber trails here, so pretty impressed to get here and try and help people out. A lot of variety, bikes from overseas as well. So yeah, we've been really stoked to be able to get people out there and keep them going. Probably the most common thing, brake pads every time, bolts coming loose, derailleurs falling off. And someone has a crash, they get back on and don't realise that it's been bent out of adjustment in the rear end and it just eats it into the spokes.
Nice environment around here. I think it's going to be a good day. A nice time to have a bit of warm up, get a coffee and get into the day.
Oh, it's amazing. It's a really, really beautiful place, and we've just jagged it with the weather, so it makes it even more special. It's supposed to be a lot more single track, which suits me, so I'm really looking forward to it.
Yeah, we're doing our pre-race warm-up with the sun. It's quite nice on the bag, isn't it?
Yeah. In a minute, we're going to turn around and do the other side. 9 hours, and he's in the lead by about 13 seconds on me.
Yeah, so it's tough, yeah.
Yeah. So there'll be a bit of argy-bargy today somewhere, you know. You could end up in the bush.
Is that why you're wearing the yellow jersey?
Yeah, that's right, yeah. You're quick, nice. Maybe I should draft behind him for a K or two.
I dragged her along and made her do it. I just keep forcing her.
And that's true. Even when I'm the nervous Nelly, she keeps going, oh, you'll be fine, you'll be fine. And it is. It's good.
It's good I can ride with Mum, and next year we'll get Dad along too.
Yeah, we've got our biggest field today. I think a lot of the one-day riders chose to do this day, I think being based in and around Newcastle, amount of single track. We've got a whole lot of new local stuff that's been put in around Redhead and White Bridge, an area we're calling Red Dogs Trails, and then the famed Glen Rock. It's an awesome combination, 40K, 25 to 30K of that single track. We've also got another beach section, so whilst we're starting at the beach here, you also go down to Dudley Beach as well and then climb out of that. So if anyone's going to make their move, it's going to have to happen pretty quickly. The pace will be on at the front. Probably hard to see changes happening in both the elite male and female, but who knows, like stranger things have happened and it's going to be pretty exciting.
It's incredibly competitive, the 40 to 49 field. It's amazing and it's very hard to win, so hopefully I can do it today. The new section they've put in between Redhead and Dudley, I've pretty much built all of it, so I should have a bit of an adventure there, and then Glenrock is pretty much home track for me as well.
The thoughts that we first have are about Tristan being only 7 seconds in front of me after yesterday, but then, I think Ryan's still less than a minute, so I really got nothing to lose.
The battle with Tupac and Wardy and Ryan, it's really close. A minute separating all of them, I think, so they'll be battling each other as well as, maybe looking for the lead as well, so I'll be watching everyone.
It is a really cool moment. I'm fairly new to mountain biking, and a lot of these people I've been looking up to since I started, and yeah, it's really nice to start amongst them, and they're all really great people and so nice out on the trails, so I think it'll be a really fun stage.
Thank you for being part of this event. So big, mate. Go, Sarah. Woo! Books and songs are not to make you better. The days are long, when your politics are direction. The days went on, thoughts considered. Still the pretense on, for you to feel bigger. And move their mouths so much their tongue gets tired and their eyes frozen. Calling out the wrong light, but you know it. National Marathon Champion, what an absolute win.
I've always wanted to win one of these races purely because they're such fun to be at and so well organised, and all the volunteers that work is like a family, and you come together 4 days and it's super special to be at the front of the pack, but also mingling with the guys down the back and just fun. And we had a great week. We had a really fun group, not necessarily all the same team, but everyone was racing hard and fair, and super week. Really enjoyed it. Ron was sort of off the front, but I wasn't too worried because he's not in the overall, so he wasn't, I guess, a target for us. It just happened that Mark was sort of pushing the pace on the beach, and we got a gap on the talk guys. From there, it was full gas to the finish with a big climb. It's pretty prestigious, these races. With the media they attract, it's better than any event we've got in the country for that sense. And I've always wanted to win one, so yeah, it's up there.
That's for sure.
We did what we could as a team, but when we're chasing someone like Trekkie around, it can be kind of hard to
to dictate the race when we're just trying to hang on to his wheel the whole day anyway. The environment on and off the bike is unreal. Everyone's just happy to be here doing the race and having a good time. This is my first one. It's an awesome event and I'm stoked to be near the top of it. I was just trying to hang on to Mark in the single track today. Yesterday they dropped me in the single track. Today I was just hanging on.
It's been a gentleman's race and sort of first time really having a battle with him, and it's been absolutely awesome. I just felt better and better every day, so that was really good. And you never know how the beach is going to really affect you. Like some days it just absolutely kills you and other days you feel okay, especially with a run at the end. Felt like I was treading custard for a little bit afterwards, but I guess managed to hold on, so it was great.
I thought Cape's Cape was famous for the beach, and then Jason decides to put in a beach here, and it definitely tested us out. You get everything, short, sharp climbs, long 20-minute climbs, some awesome single tracks today, and then to finish here next to the beach. It's pretty good.
There was no thought, there was a lack of thought, and I decided to go off the front. Quite successfully for a good portion of the race, but I knew that off the beach it was going to get super hard from there, and really in the back of my mind I always thought I need a bit of a head start so that when they catch me I can then try to survive some kind of good finish.
I'm really thrilled. It was such a hard day out there. Em got the lead on me early and I really thought that I'd lost her completely. She was such a strong rider and she just took off with a really strong group of guys and I couldn't hold their wheels, and I thought I popped myself at the start and I was about 40 seconds behind on the beach, and then just following that was quite a steep fire climb, and so really I know that's the only place I've made a lot of time on her this race, so I just tried to do the same again and fortunately it paid off. I've just had such a good time racing. Everyone's so lovely and the atmosphere out on course is just wonderful. Like all the guys and the girls have been so supportive, and the trails have just been so much fun, and to finish in this location it's just pretty spectacular, so I'm really happy.
Today was not boring one bit. The single track was awesome. Catherine was definitely stronger today. I went early and tried to hold on to the guys and got into the single track. I felt really comfortable and I just didn't have the legs on the climbs, so well done to her. The beach was hard as well, riding through it. The tide was coming in, so there was definitely some soft areas, so being able to ride on that and the run out of the beach, my calves are burning.
If you look at the 4 stages, we've ridden, pretty much every different type of thing you can ride. So from gravel to road to fire trail to climb, single track, everything. I had a couple of incidents early where I just had to put foot down and stuff like that, and so I was well off the back of most of the girls, so I really suffered trying to bridge back early. I deliberately ran my tyres a little bit low and managed to ride the whole beach, so I don't know if I would have made up the almost 3 minutes Jess had on me, but it'll be close.
It's so hard. I'm so exhausted right now. I rode with a few girls all the way till the sand, and then they just took off and they were gone and I didn't see them again, so I don't know, it'll be interesting to see what the results were.
Place for Shimano Australia is Jess Simpson.
It was a great day. I managed to hold on to my lead. It's very satisfying. I've been involved in it a bit this year as well, so basically the last 12 months have really been directed at today, so yeah, it's fantastic.
Now I'm not too bad, but I was absolutely wrecked coming in. Beach, I don't mind. It's a slog, but the single track, it was just, rhythm, so you're really pumping the whole way and no long stretches to get your breath back, and it was relentless. Really happy. I didn't come in with any expectations, so I'm ecstatic.
Excellent work.
In about the 2K mark, I fell off over a slippery water pipe and went over the hangers and my saddle fell off. So I'd had to do about 38k without the saddle. I could kind of sit on the bike, but it was very, very uncomfortable, as you can imagine. But it was also uncomfortable having to stand up all day. So just happy to get to the end and have a blast on such a great stage.
Yeah, it's good atmosphere here. I think the band's just about to start. Everyone looks pretty happy. It's nice to have such a big event locally. It's definitely drawn a lot of new faces in, like a lot of people I've never seen before. And also makes people aware of all the trails that we do have in the Newcastle Hunter region.
This event has just in the last 12 months had 50% more riders coming to not just Newcastle but Lake Macquarie, Port Port Stephens, all of the Lower Hunter. So it is fantastic for this region. And this is a community that loves mountain biking anyway. So there's a lot of locals, a lot of national and international competitors are really seeing this as a mountain biking heartland here in Newcastle. So I'm bringing all components of the community together. Look, my daughter's only 9 and she doesn't have technically a mountain bike, but she wants to race around the block doing time trials this morning. So she's racing around here on her little bike, having fun as well. So it's a beautiful community atmosphere, lots of families, lots of really young babies I've noticed. So it's fantastic to have Port to Port here in Newcastle.
Yeah, it's been awesome because I did Cape to Cape by myself, so that was really tough. But I've had my wife and my sister by my side for the last 4 days, fantastic, doing everything for me, and it's been great. I've never been here either, so I'm just blown away by the whole coast, especially going around that point over there. That was just magic. All the marshals were just egging us on, and that's what it's about. It's not about winning, it's about being part of it and being part of the culture and watching it grow.
Oh, it's so awesome. I find this guy coming out of the trail and we just sprint all the way up. My mate from Singapore, we're here, we're loving it. Every year we're coming back.
I was smiling all 4 days. Loved it. The view, breathtaking. Everybody was just woohooing. It was fantastic.
That road descent, I was really looking forward to that. Just the top of the hill, and then I knew it was just tuck and just fly down to the finish. Saved a little bit for a sprint at the end. It was good, a lot of good single track. A little bit of fire road. Yeah, there was no painful climbs like the last couple of days, so I loved it, every minute of it.
I got the seconds on Murray, mate.
You made it, mate.
I got the seconds on Murray. Oh, mate, I think he's a good minute. He bunked about 15k back on this little pinch. I just took off. He's 6 years younger than me, so I had to let him win. Otherwise, there'd be tears and tantrums, you know. But yeah, I got smoked. Well done. Yeah.
Trails are absolutely mint. I beat my teammate, so I'm happy. But yeah, it's good. Recommend it. Fill it up. 1,000 next year, I think.
Do you have the cheer squad?
They are. Elkie wanted my medal.
Yeah, I won the medal. I won the medal. Who? A champion.
A champion.
Yeah.
Go, Davey.
Oh, he's a champion.
Yeah, it's better than being Daggy Dad.
4 days. Fantastic. Very technical today. Very awesome. I did some race in France a long time ago. I wanted to do some in Australia. My first long race, 4 days. But here is very early. Yesterday was terrible. But it was good fun. Finish a good stuff. I'm here in my beer for sure, guys.
I'm a little bit speechless actually because I'm just about to cry because I'm so relieved but also a little bit sad that we've finished. But anyway, it's been a bit of a journey, hasn't it?
It's like, what do we do tomorrow?
I'm just glad to get through a day without stacking it.
It's just another fantastic day in the saddle. The trails were amazing, and over halfway people were spaced out more, so you had the trails all to yourself to really enjoy the trails, have a look at the view and then finish on the downhills. Perfect way to finish. It was sick, Kate.
Coming out the top of the cliffs there and coming down, I forgot I was even in an event where they're timing me. I just wanted to sit on cruise mode and just look around. It had everything today. It's a bit of a stadium and a grandstand. It doesn't matter who you are, you're on centre stage. So yeah, it's wonderful.
Ooh, yeah. If you're somebody else.